Hello, 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 and welcome to Peyton's Flowers. We are back. It is a week later almost, and we are here to finish up this three-part series. In the first video, we did these upholstered pumpkins. Y'all saw me make these pumpkins. This is the material from my kitchen. This is a matching taffeta. We made those in a video. If you haven't seen that yet, make sure you tune in there and see that. And then we made this video where we made the bow. We used this beautiful fair silk ribbon, printed pumpkin ribbon, and another fair silk ribbon with that touch of glitter. We did this in a video. Check that out if you haven't seen it already. And today we're going to combine it all into the wreath for my home kitchen. It's going to be fantastic. All right, so it's a little bit easier than normally because the pumpkins are done, the bow's already created. We're just going to assemble the whole thing. We are starting with an oval base. I really like this oval base. And what I decided to do was put a dowel through the pumpkin, straight through. And I had intended on just bending that then and tying it. But I want this to sit right in the middle, right here. So I think I'm just going to weave that through the grapevine and use the glue gun to glue it in place instead of dipping it first. And we're going to see if that works. I don't know if it will. I've never done this before. So here we go. I'm going to weave that dowel through this grapevine, even though it's a nice thick grapevine. Just like that. Oh, it seems to be working. And then I'm going to pull it back through the other side. And it's in there. Just like that, it's in there. It's nice and secure. I am going to take that glue gun to it. Can I reach or no?
Not yet, it's not even hot.
Oh, it's not hot. Okay. All right, so we're going to just continue on. I can glue that afterward. And we're going to use some fun greens today. So I don't have to sell this wreath because it's for me. So I already own all the supplies. The store already owns all the supplies. So I don't really need to worry about the cost effectiveness of this wreath. So I can use basically whatever I want. I don't have to be cautious of budget while I'm doing this. So today you're going to see me use some more higher end products. Instead of using our base greenery, which is usually ficus leaves, we're just going to go straight into this greenery, which I believe is called asparagus fern. It looks a little bit like the real asparagus fern. And then we're going to use some grevillea, which is another really nice green, and it's a little bit of a high-end quality. Lots of eucalyptus and some other things. All right, we're going to start with this one, and I'm just going to spray outward. Whatever goes in the right goes in the left. Whatever goes in the top goes in the bottom. So we're going to spray out from one side and then out from the other side. These asparagus ferns are push-ups, so they were spaced a lot more. But I pushed everything up so it's more full. I like the fullness of it. So there is the asparagus fern. Now I'm going to use this wonderful, beautiful eucalyptus bunch. I don't even want to cut it. It's so nice. So we just broke those 3 large breaks down, and then those just snapped off into 2. So we actually have 6 nice full pieces that we're going to use in here. I'm going to start all the way up like that. And what goes in one side goes in the other side. I'm going to do the other side. And then some smaller ones on the bottom like that. Oh my gosh, I love it. So excited. We have a large and a small on both sides, and remember I've had 3 large branches, so now I have a large and a small left. So I think I'm just going to snip this one down a little bit so it's more even, and we have 2 small ones, and then I just have a little extra piece that I may use later or I may not, but I want it to be pretty symmetrical, so I want them to be nice. Oh my gosh, I just love this eucalyptus. This is fantastic. We don't carry this here at the store as of now, but I will look for it for next season, that's for sure, because it is a beauty. Love it. All right, now I think that we will do our bow, which we've already pre-made, and I'm going to go right up on the top with the bow. So when we tie the bow, we use the double zip tie method. So this zip tie here is just tying it together, so that can be snipped off now. And we just have the one left over that we're going to use to put that onto the wreath. So now I have to, because I'm putting it on the top and not putting it on the side, my zip tie is not quite in the right place. So I think that I'm going to remove it. Yeah, I'm going to remove it. So I'm just going to pull that out, and I'm just going to go around the bow the same way that we would when we were tying the bow. And I'm not sure if it's going to be long enough, so I'm just going to add a second one. There we go. Now it's plenty of long, and I'm going to go right around that grapevine, just like that. I'm just going to attach it lightly, and then I can hang it back up and put it where I need it to be. And there it is in all its glory. Look at that. Oh, I'm so blessed to be able to do this on a daily basis and to be able to have all these supplies at my fingertips and to be able to share it with all you guys. It really is a blessing. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for subscribing to our channel. It is growing and growing, and we're really, really thankful for it, and we can bring you more and more of this content. All right, onwards. So our second pumpkin in the green covered taffeta, I think it's going to go right here. So all I did is I punctured the taffeta, and I glued in a used floral stem, just from any floral that we use all the time, and we just cut it off. So that's a little bit long. I'm just going to cut that probably in about half. There we go. And we're just going to insert that right next to the big one. So dipping that in my glue pot, lots of glue, there we go. And we're going right in there like that. Find a nice spot in that grapevine. No, I think I boo-booed there. So I'm going to remove that stem because I cut it too short, and I'm going to get a longer stem and just reinsert that like that. Don't get glue on your taffeta. Alright, so this is definitely a bit long. I'm nervous now about cutting it off, but I'm going to cut it off a little bit. This is a wooden pick instead of a wire pick. Wood sometimes works better if you have to really jam in that. There we go. That's exactly where I wanted it. Awesome. Some dovetailing left to do on my wreath, on my bow, not my wreath, on my bow. So I have a little bit more, 3 more of this. See how I push that up? Asparagus fern, I'm just going to add extra touches there. See, I'm just going to fill in that space there. And there. And down the bottom. Loving it. Now we have 2 small pumpkins, 1 in each fabric. And I think that these are going to go so I also have some cocoa husk, long cocoa husk, and I think we're going to attach these together and we're going to place them right here like that. So we're going to attach each one with a little bit of glue. I'm going to use my glue gun. You know how I hate that, but I'm going to. Hot glue. I'm going to burn myself for sure. And hot glue. So 2 little dabs of glue just to hold it together a little bit, and then I'm going to tie it together with wire. I like that, and then we'll cover up that centerpiece with the pumpkins, with the small pumpkins. I'm just using that heavy gauge paper covered wire from our Amazon store. It's not activated yet, but will be soon. All right, so now, as you can see, there we go. I've glued it and twisted a wire around, so now I have a pick as well. So that can go right in through the grapevine. And we're going to go right in through there, just like that. I think I like that. Again, you guys, we're just experimenting here. We've never done this sort of wreath before, so it's all a learning curve for me as well. Okay, our next element we have are these dried dahlias that are made of tree bark or tree husk or seed husk, something tropical. It's all natural. We're going to use those. Yes, that's going to look great in there. Right in there next to that beautiful pumpkin. And maybe another one. I'm just fluffing it a little bit. I am breaking some of them, but it's okay. It's better to crack them than for them to look all smushed. You don't want it to look smushed. And really, just because it's cracked doesn't mean anything. It's not going to fall apart still. That's better. Isn't that pretty? And a little touch of glue on that, and we're going to just insert it right in there as well. Loving this so far. Okay, I'm going to move on to the grevillea. This is the grevillea. I have it in 2 colors. This is the green, and this is the dusty green. So we're going to use both of those. So I'm just going to cut that up. Chop, chop, push up, chop, 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 and one more. There we go. Thank you, Jeffrey. Now we're just going to add in this greenery, and randomly we're just going to fill it out. And that's going to add an extra texture for us. That stem is a little long. I'm just going to trim that down a little bit more. Nice, very nice. You guys, we unpacked our first boxes of Christmas yesterday. It is coming soon. We're getting ready. We have some beautiful things coming for the store and for wreath making. It's going to be a fun season, that's for sure. So this is my basic eucalyptus that you've all seen me use 100 times. I love using it in every wreath. I'm maybe going to use a little extra, a little more than I would if I had to put a price tag on this. So this comes with 2 breaks on it. So I'm just cutting those 2 breaks, just like that.
One more stem.
One more stem, why not?
One break.
One break and 2 breaks. Work that right into that grapevine, you guys. Make sure nothing's going to fall out. You want everything to be glued and secured, done on a professional designer level. And the way to make sure that that's going to be like that is to get that stem right into that grapevine with the glue on it. All right, I do have some of this draping Amazon greenery, but I'm not quite sure. I think we need probably half of it, maybe. Maybe it's too much. So I'm going to cut it. Again, I'm just going to cut. So this one is a long one. We're going to keep the long one, and one of the short ones maybe. And we're going to go right in under that fantastic pumpkin. But again, find that grapevine. Find your space in there. Yes, I love it. It's great. And then I'm going to put the short one right on top of that. And maybe one more. You know I'm probably going to put the whole thing in. So I'm going to do one more short one. Right there. Maybe I'm going to trim this, because these are all the same length, so I don't really like that so much. So I'm going to go right up in through here and just trim that one, and then trim this one. There we go. I like that much better. Now it's more of a waterfall effect, and with that I think then we can get the rest of the bunch in there as well. So I'm going to go again right up underneath that pumpkin. And then trim it to the length that we desire. Nice. I like it a lot now. All right, we are getting there, guys. This is going to be a quick video because everything else was already prepped for us in the last 2 videos. So we have 2 pumpkins left. So I'm going to puncture through that taffeta, take a stem that I just used the flowers off of, and I'm going to go inside of that pumpkin, and now we have a pumpkin on a stick. I'm going to do the same thing with this fabric one. I'm going to go in through the side, dip that stem in the glue, and then just go right in through the pumpkin. All right, so these are going to go right here on the bottom. So we need probably 4-inch stems, I would say, maybe a little more. All right, I'm going to put the green one in first, closest to that beige, right there. Oh my God, so
much, so I'm going to go right up in through here.
And then this one's gonna go
Trim
right
that one.
as well. Push it, find that space. There we go. Beauty, beauty. So remember, I cut that piece of eucalyptus off. I have that one little piece of eucalyptus. I see a spot. It's going to go right in the top of that bow up here. Up here. We're going to fill this in up here a little bit. I also have some of my favorite Israeli ruscus. I'm going to use those couple of pieces up there as well, because that's my bin. You've always all heard me talk about my bin that I always have next to my workspace with all my leftover scraps and things that are available just to reach out and grab. So that's where that came from. And even though it's not, that green is not used in the rest of the wreath, it is the same coloring as that powdered grevillea and the eucalyptus. So it all blends together. Nobody needs to know that it's a different greenery. She is a beauty. She will look beautiful on my kitchen door. We will get some beautiful pictures of that when we get home this evening and post those for you for sure. Thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for following the store and shopping in the store, to all you locals, and to liking and subscribing to our channel. We really, really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe. It really does help us out. And you get to follow us and learn lots and lots about floral design and wreath making. You guys have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I did stand back and think that I wanted it a little bit fuller, so I did add some of this fantastic bamboo greenery on both sides here, and I did add some of these awesome burlap wreaths, and it just brightened it a little bit in a couple of places. And I did add the third one of these flowers. So here's the finished product this time, I promise. Bye guys.